Good afternoon, League. I'm, of course, your commissioner, Rhino, and you all know your co-commissioner.
Good evening, League. I'm Spaz.
For a while now, we've been telling you on Facebook we were going to get with you. We're going to put out a lot of information regarding this upcoming season. And that's what we're making this video for, so we can explain to you what's going to happen. We're going to put a couple things on the table to vote on. There's also some things that are going to be changed that are not going down to a vote. And unfortunately, we feel like this is going to make some of you angry, but it's a change that we feel we need to make in order to keep this league moving forward and going in a good direction.
Basically, what he's saying is he's going to be Trump, I'm Mike Pence, and we're going to fuck shit up. Right in the pussy.
JC will like that one. Anyway, let's get started with what's going to be the most controversial one that I think, anyway. The league is going paid. That one's not up for a vote. The league will be going paid, and it will be a $20 buy-in to get into the league this season. Going along with that, we are going back to the live draft. That's going to be on August 26th. I posted that up on Facebook 100 days in advance of draft day to give everybody ample time to make their arrangements to be there so they don't miss the draft. And you will have to have your $20 paid by draft day to be in the season.
This is not to scare anybody out of the league or anything like that. It's just simply going along the lines of people not playing seriously, not setting their lineups, or anything like that. It's not fun for everyone when someone wins and they not once change their lineups. But it is fun when everyone has something at stake. Just like you're not going to freaking play poker for 3 hours sitting at the table for free.
Right. And the best part is, now that you're paying something in, you have something to win. You have more than just bragging rights. You're getting a cash prize, and for the first time,
So,
we are offering the option to get the championship ring, which I have gone
he wants to
and
show
gotten
you.
myself.
He's going to show you.
This is your
He's showing
championship
you.
ring that you could win. Now you have the option. We're going to allow the option. If you want the full cash money and no ring, that's an option. If you want to win $180 and leave the last $20 to go towards the purchase of your ring, that's another option that you have.
But wait, there's more. If you're a previous champion, you also have the options to pay a low charge of what, $17?
It's like $17.
Yeah, about $17 to our commish here, and he will order you a championship ring for the previous year that you have won. So, Aaron, if you want a ring for that lousy year you had that you lucked out and won, or Vern, cheater.
Vern actually has the option to get 2 rings.
Oh, yes,
Because
yes.
Vern's 2-time champion.
One for the pig.
One for the stink.
I knew it! But no, if
Um,
you are a previous champion, you could also get a ring. Moving on, though.
The last thing that's going to be mandatory and not negotiable is the Facebook page. Just to make everybody more competitive, we are making that to where it's not a closed Facebook page. Anybody will be able to see the posts in there. So when I go in and we post videos like this, we post the weekly standings, we shit talk. Everybody's going to be able to
JC.
see it, not just people in the league. That is to encourage more
Justin
action.
Bird to come out the closet in front of everybody.
Yeah, we just want
I'm
everybody,
sorry.
to be more involved, shit talking, more involved in wanting to be higher in the standings, just all around. And we feel like if it's a public view and anybody can see it, that's going to help amp up the competition a little bit more.
Not only that, we'll also encourage other people who is outside the league to want to play with us in a totally well-mannered, of course. JC, get your head out the gutter. But it will encourage them to want to play as well, so if people do want to leave our league, we could get backups real fast, quick, and in a hurry.
Again, just want to reiterate, we're not trying to force or scare anybody out of the league. These are just changes that we want to implement that we feel is going to make everything better. That being said, we do have a handful of changes that we would like to implement that we will allow you guys to talk about and to vote on, that we feel if passed they could eventually help out the league.
And make it more fun. A lot of these are good ideas in my personal opinion, but they may not be fun for you. So this is the segment where your voice matters.
So we're going to start off with what I feel is the biggest one, the one I want to pass the most, and that is called a progressive pot. Now, progressive pot will cost you guys a little bit more.
Pot's really bad.
Shut
Even though you get the munchies and you like Progresso pot's not good.
Anyway, progressive pot. What this means is that you'll pitch in $1 per week for the season, for every week of the season. That means that you'll have to pay an extra $17 on top of the season if you wanted to do just outright pay for everything at the draft. However, in order to win this progressive pot, you have to be a 3-time champion. That was one of the options we come up with to win that, which we think is a fair deal.
That brings up a question, Rhino. What if someone is already close to 3 championships already?
That's a good question. Like Vern. Sorry, Vern, but I hate to tell you this. If this passes, your previous 2 championships, my championship, Beast championship, Rochelle's championship, they will not count towards this progressive pot. We will still be recognized as champions and that we have won the league. But starting from the time this passes, everybody will be on the same playing field at 0. Now, if you do the math, $17 a week for each person going into the pot. You're going to have to play at least 3 seasons in order to even be eligible to win this pot. So you're looking at $580 by the time anyone can get their hands on this pot. And the likelihood that they're going to be able to do that is slim. So when somebody finally does win this pot, you're talking big money.
Probably thousands of dollars.
Right. And it's going to help keep people interested in the league over the long run.
And to dumb this down for someone who doesn't understand, Justin, JC, sorry, no, I'm just kidding. Not really. No, to dumb this down, that means in order to get to the $580 when it will be first available, you would have to win 3 times in a row.
Not
That's
in a row.
why.
Not in a row. Just 3 times.
Well, just for it to be available.
Well, yeah, just
Yeah.
for it to be available.
But being that that's where he's saying that is slim, you have to win 3 championships altogether until you can win it. That's why we're saying this will come up to big money because no one has won 2 seasons in a row.
Right. Now, there are a couple things if you feel like 3 championships is going to take too long for somebody to win in order to get to the money. That's fine. We've come up with a couple other options we can put on the table to win this money, such as what we call the Triple Crown. And that would be somebody would have to win their division, they would have to win the championship, and they would have the highest total points of all the players through the whole season. So that would give another aspect. The other one is called the Perfect Season, and that's exactly what it sounds like. You'd have to go undefeated the entire season, which we have not had anybody do since 2012 when we started the league.
So basically, you got to do the complete opposite of what Mark Thomas has done.
Which
All
Mark
right, people.
Thomas Memorial Trophy is still up for grabs if JC would like to win it. All right, moving on. One thing that I personally would like to implement, Alan still has some iffies on it, so we'll throw this out for everyone to talk about, is a weighted draft lottery. What this means is, in order to stop people from tanking, to purposely lose in order to get a high draft position on the next season, we would do a random lottery. The first year, it would be a random lottery where everyone's on the same playing field. Every year after that, it becomes a weighted lottery, which means if you are the champion, you get, if you imagine it as far as balls in a bingo machine, champion would get 10 balls. Second place would get 9 balls. Third place would get 8 balls. And so on, all the way down to where last place gets 1 ball. From there, it would be lotterized from that in a random draft order.
Now,
That's another option for you guys to discuss and vote on.
we don't have a lottery machine, however, there is an app that Rhino will use for this, and it will keep track of everyone's balls. So you don't have to be confused how many balls you have or how you can walk with all these balls.
I can safely
but-
keep track of everyone's balls.
Yes.
However, this draft,
Rhino will be the ball holder.
this lottery will take place on draft day in front of everybody, so that nobody can say any one person got the advantage or the draft was rigged. We don't want any of that. Okay, so moving on, we have what I'm calling the divisional draft. That would be the previous champions from the last year. So it would be the championship matchup, champion and the person runner-up.
Which means it will be this
For
last
this-
seasons, it would be
Right.
Rhino and Jake.
For this season, it would be me, myself, and Jake. They become the quote unquote captains of the division. They would then take turns drafting the rest of their division. So if I'm first and I am in the AFC division, I get first pick, we'll say, because I'm champion, and I decide that Allen's a horrible player. I can beat Allen no problem. I want him in my division.
Boom.
Boom. Allen's in my division. Now Jake gets the pick. He thinks JC's crap. He's going to bring JC into his division. Now we know that Vern and Aaron are strong players. We don't want them in our division. So they'll get pushed back to the back of the divisional draft to try and keep them in the other division. This is a way to mix up the divisions every year and to keep the games where you don't have the same schedule the same year or 2 years in a row or so on.
Which is another reason why you would want to win the season. Because by winning, you get to strategize and make your next season a little bit easier for yourself, possibly. It's all about strategy, right? Strategize.
And the last thing I have, and then we'll see if Alan has anything else, is called home field advantage.
I like this one.
This is if you are the higher ranked player going into the week, you gain home field advantage, and you will get 6 points right off the bat for having home field advantage. That is something for you guys to discuss if you'd be interested in that, because if you're on top of leaderboards, or even if you're not on top of leaderboards, if you're two low teams playing against each other, if me and Alan's in the last two places, but I have one rank ahead
I'm
of him,
10th, he's 9th.
right, I can get an extra 6 points right off the bat. You
Now
guys-
this is iffy. This is completely. This is the one that we think it can go either way, because it could make it harder for you to climb up the ranks, but B, it might be easier for you to keep climbing up the ranks depending on where you're at in the rankings. So think about that. If you have any questions about it, or we didn't explain it to you well enough, or on any of these, we'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
That being said, you have all the information. You have the things that will be changed regardless. You have the things that could be changed once you guys vote on it. Like we said, we don't want to see anybody go. However, if you have decided that you will be somebody who is going, please don't wait till the last minute to tell us. Let us know as soon as you make that decision. We hate to see anybody go, but we do understand that some of these changes people might not like.
And a lot of people also did not comment done on our previous status that we did. We do want to thank the 2 or 3 that has watched it. Brandy, JC, thank you. Brandy, definitely thank you for letting us know about the difficulty of getting off on the weekends. I hope it works out for you. That's why we wanted to let everyone know this far in advance. So that way you already know, so just in case you do have it, like you said, you could probably see if a coworker will trade for you. But another thing I wanted to bring up is, because it is going to be a mandatory in-person draft, you have to show up to do your draft. And we want to know, where shall we draft? I put a poll up on our page. I have not got any votes yet. So I'll mention them now, right?
Go for it.
All right, number 1, for the fair price of free, we could do it at Rhino's house. All right, and he has a nice spacious yard, not great parking. However, free. 2, Dave & Buster's, not free. I am a cheapskate. However, I am willing to pitch in, which every single one of you will have to as well. All right. 3, there's Hooters, also not free. Cheapskate. Pitch in. Everyone helps. Or 4, free. Cheapskate. My house. We would have had it done there before. And thank you, Beast, for coming. Thank you, Rhino, for coming. That food was great. And it's free. So those are my 4 choices that I put on there. Also, if you have any more ideas, or you have an awesome ass yard, or if anyone has a yacht, that'd be cool. I'm just saying, right?
Yeah. Company yacht, right?
I'm on a boat. But seriously, if you have any place that you would want to do it, oh, I forgot one. I'm sorry. I put Dunlap. We did it once at Dunlap. It wasn't bad at all. However, me and Ryan like to do these videos, and we like to try get the hypeness going. We want to try and make this authentic. So keep in mind, we're trying to keep it in these places where we could use our fancy smancy, our new draft board when we get one.
Oh yeah.
We're going to do the board, which will be the board that we will use for the entire remaining amount of this league, right?
Well, we're still talking about that because one other idea we threw around was getting a projector and projecting it on a white screen. We haven't got the projector yet. We're still talking about that. But when that happens, or when we make the board, we'll let you guys know.
Right.
So one last thing we want to brag about, the new Rancor studio. As you see, we got the awesome screen behind us. The videos this year, keeping you guys up to date, will be better than they have been ever.
It's a dungeon. This is where he gets them.
This is where, shut up back there. Anyway, new Rancor Studios. Hope you like it. If you made it this far in the video, if you didn't get mad at us and have already shot us a nasty email.
Hey, at least they'll reply.
So you can look forward to a couple more videos before the season starts. Just trying to get you guys amped up. Let you know of any more news that comes about in the league. You know, if people drop out, if we need to add people, whatever the need be, you will be hearing from us. But that was the most important information that we could give you right now.
And yeah.
Got anything else?
Next time, look forward to some player projections, team stats, league stats. Rhino got a lot of interesting facts, and we'll get on that next episode. So until then, I'm signing off from Spaz.
I'm your league champion, Rhino.
And
we will
Commissioner.
see you in the league next time.
Hey, like I said, Trump and Pence.